Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. If you've watched my videos on the theme of guns, you know that I have gone from being a supporter and defender of gun rights to a supporter of restrictions and limitations on them. This change is not because I've changed. It's been driven by the actions of the NRA and gun fanatics all around the country. The motivating force behind these gun nuts is paranoia. And I don't think it's a great idea for paranoids to be armed. For example, Wayne LaPierre, the president of the NRA, the paranoid in chief, is convinced that Barack Obama is determined to take their guns away. What's his evidence? The fact that Obama has done nothing at all to restrict gun rights. And the IRA membership is completely in agreement with him. Only paranoids can manufacture a conspiracy out of nothing. And if you look at the legislation that the NRA has sponsored, it's a roadmap of paranoia. Stand your ground, the right to bring guns into all kinds of places where they really don't belong. And most recently, the legislation in Indiana that is going to result in a whole lot of people dying. This law says that people can shoot police who they believe are on their property illegally. Now, there are bad cops. Yes, there are. And people should have the right to defend themselves against a policeman who is behaving unlawfully. But this law is not about self-defense. This law is about turning police into targets, and that's just not right. Now, the NRA paints itself as supporting strict enforcement of existing gun laws, but they were behind the Firearm Owners Protection Act, which enables convicted felons to regain their rights to own guns. And thousands of these felons who regain their rights with the help of the NRA reoffended. And that means that the NRA is directly responsible for the murders, rapes, and armed robberies that they committed. See, paranoia results in irrational and irresponsible behavior. The latest issue that has fueled the paranoia of these people is Operation Fast and Furious, which was a totally botched operation that allowed over 2,000 guns to be smuggled into Mexico. The theory is that this was done to create more violence, which would scare people into rolling back gun rights. This ignores the reality that this operation was dreamed up and implemented by the Bush administration. And since the Republicans in Congress refused to allow President Obama to appoint anyone to head the ATF, it is still run by Bush administration holdovers. But Darrell Issa, our Orange County, who chairs the House Oversight Committee, is one of these paranoids and believes that somewhere in the files of the administrations there are documents confirming their paranoid theory. And he's so convinced of this that he has subpoenaed documents that the law prohibits the Attorney General from turning over. That's right. He wants to hold Eric Holder in contempt because he refuses to break the law. The administration has turned over about 7,600 pages of documents, and the facts are pretty clear as to who was responsible for the operation, who ran it, who supervised it. And one thing that is clear is that the Obama administration is not squeaky clean in this. They were certainly negligent in allowing this operation to continue. But if you want to talk about negligence, the hearings that ISA convened have studiously avoided going into the area of what should be done about the people who bought the weapons, and especially about the gun dealers who sold them. I bet if that were brought up, the NRA would go ballistic, and the hearings would be shut down in a heartbeat. See, hearings driven by paranoid conspiracy theories are bound to turn into a farce. The most serious Second Amendment problem we have in this country is too many batshit crazy lunatics have guns. And we need to get the guns out of their hands and give them tinfoil hats. Thanks for listening.